Hi, my name is Robin Wong. I'm a photographer based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. In this video, I want to talk about my budget alternative to the Ricoh GR III that I got for less than $150 US. Let's do this! The Ricoh GR III has received a cult-following status among street photographers. It is extremely small, pocketable, it shoots amazing image quality and features a sharp 28mm equivalent wide-angle lens. My friend Matty Solanto has made an overwhelmingly positive review of the GR III. I'll put the link to his video up here. Please check it out. I'm not going to repeat all the positive reviews that all the other reviewers have said on YouTube and other websites. I'm not here to talk specifically on the GR III, but as a photographer, I would love to own all cameras. I would like to try all different kinds of cameras, but the harsh reality is I don't have that much extra funds to spend. Of course, I would love to just buy the Ricoh GR III and shoot with it. But hey, the good news is, as I've always said, you don't have to break the bank to enjoy photography. There are alternatives, of course, cheaper alternatives with some compromises that we can look into, and this is one of them. To replicate the small form factor and pocketable size of the Ricoh GR III, here is the Olympus Pen Mini EPM1. This Olympus EPM1 is the smallest Olympus Micro Four Thirds camera. To have an equivalent 28mm focal length, I paired this with the Panasonic 14mm f2.5. This Panasonic 14mm pancake lens is the smallest and most compact of all Micro Four Thirds lenses. Now we have a truly pocketable and compact Micro Four Thirds equivalent setup. Of course, now we are curious to find out how this performs in real-life street photography shooting scenario. I brought this combination out for a shutter therapy session. I'm sharing plenty of photographs in this video, and we're going to talk about what works with this combination and of course some drawbacks as well. Let's start with what works. This Olympus Pen Mini and the Panasonic 14 pancake lens is such a small combination. It is so portable, I can slide into my pocket easily. I bring it out for street photography. It's so small, it's such a joy to use. I admit the Ricoh GR III is easier to slide into the pocket because it's slimmer, but hey, this combination here is still truly compact. Then there is the ability to change lens. With this Olympus Pen Mini, you can change to any other Micro Four Thirds lenses that you have. Say my favorite 45 f1.8, I don't have to be stuck at wide angle, I can have a different perspective. That is something that you cannot do with the Ricoh GR III. I understand that the Ricoh GR III users will say, hey, we just want the 28mm wide angle and that's perfectly fine, but you gotta admit, the ability to change to any other lenses, that is a clear advantage for this Olympus Pen Mini. Then you can also attach an external electronic viewfinder. That's something you cannot do with the GR III. Yes, you can attach an optical viewfinder, but that's different. With electronic viewfinder, what you see is what you get. You have live exposure simulation as you adjust the aperture, shutter speed, ISO. You can see the exposure change live through the viewfinder. And that's very important for street photography, especially if you want to deal with harsh shadow and highlight, all right? There are many situations when an electronic viewfinder will come in really handy. Then of course, autofocus. I believe the EPM1, the autofocus is faster than the GR III. I don't have both cameras to compare side by side. I have brief experience testing the GR3 just for random shots, not extensive shooting. I've seen a lot of video reviews online. Based on those limited experience, I can easily say that this Pan Mini Olympus has faster and more reliable autofocus. And autofocus is extremely important for street photography if you want to nail critical moments. And here is the best part. I got this Pan Mini used. It is in a very good condition. I bought it for 150 ringgit. And this pancake lens, the Panasonic 14 f2.5, I also got it used in a nearly perfect condition. It was going for 450 ringgit. In total, I was spending about 600 ringgit, which is roughly equivalent to 150 US dollars. This Olympus EPM1 being an older camera and this budget setup definitely come with compromises and some drawbacks. The most obvious one is image quality. The Ricoh GR III having a larger APS-C size sensor and twice the amount of resolution. It has 24 megapixels versus 12 megapixels on this Olympus Pan EPM1. Definitely in terms of image quality, the Ricoh GR III wins. No questions. And this 12 megapixel image sensor on this Olympus EPM1 is from the first generation Micro Four Thirds system. So it's not even that great to begin with. In terms of dynamic range, high ISO performance, even sharpness, definitely the Ricoh GR III is significantly better. However, shooting in ideal conditions, say out in this open sunlight situation where I do most of my street photography, and using low ISO numbers, keeping it at ISO 200 and 400, I think the Olympus Pan Mini still produces respectable results. It doesn't have as much resolution, it doesn't have that much dynamic range, but it still produces clean images, sharp images, definitely still very usable by today's standard. And then there is this Panasonic 14mm f2.5 pancake lens. It is not a very good Micro Four Thirds lens to begin with. Yes, it is compact in size, it is very small in build, and it fits this Olympus Pan Mini really well to have a truly compact setup. But it is also notorious to have severe purple fringing issues, especially if you shoot against a high contrast, very bright areas. And this purple fringing is extremely difficult to correct in post. Even if you stop down the aperture to f4 or f5.6, the purple fringing is still there, and that is a problem for me. Now, this lens is not very fast. In fact, it is one of the slowest autofocus lenses for Micro Four Thirds system. Other than that, there's nothing to write home about this lens. Yes, it does produce decently sharp photographs. At f2.5, you can get close to the subject, you can render a little bit of shallow depth of field, the bokeh is somewhat okay. Other than that, there's really nothing special about this lens. It does its job. It is truly a compact lens, and I think for that, it is okay. It is not bad, but it is okay. There is a buzzing sound due to some machinery near the river. I hope the audio is not too distracting. I guess that's a cue for me to end this video soon. I'm very happy with this combination, the Olympus Pan Mini and the pancake lens from Panasonic. I think this is a very good alternative to the Ricoh GR III. Of course, there are some compromises and drawbacks. The Ricoh GR III has better image quality, the lens is better. Having said that, I also have enjoyed shooting with this combination. This budget setup, when I was out there doing street photography, I was perfectly happy with both the performance and the image quality that I got from this combination. And I think at the end of the day, that's what truly matters. And you know what? This was only $150 US. I couldn't have asked for more. That's all I have to share about my budget Ricoh GR III alternative. Do you have your own setup that you'd like to share? Please leave it in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. If you have enjoyed looking at my photographs, if you've benefited from my sharing, please consider buying me a cup of coffee, or you can contribute directly to my PayPal. Links in the description below on how you can do that. Any small contribution goes a long way, but definitely help me to continue making content and publish them right here. Please remember to give me a thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll definitely see you again in the next one. Until then, remember to go out and take more photographs. Bye-bye.